Hi guys, my name is Rochelle and I am back to come at you guys with another story. I am a nurse practitioner, a life coach, and also a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner student. And today I'm going to talk about self-sabotage, what it is, and how we stop it. Self-sabotage is something that we all do, especially being, I feel like, a lifelong student. I have come across many areas in my life where I have self-sabotaged myself. I see people self-sabotage themselves, and I'm here to bring you some tips on how to try and master not self-sabotaging, or at least minimize it as much as you can, because we do often do it here and there. And what is it? What is self-sabotage? It's really something that we do where we want to succeed at something, but there's another part of us that's working against us. And usually we don't know what that part of us is. And we have to dive deeper into that and figure out what that is, what that unknown thing is at the moment, if you don't know what it is. Some of us do know what it is, and then we know how to then stop it. So what are some things that, common signs of self-sabotage rather? So procrastination's a big one. I am definitely a big time procrastinator, or used to be a very big time procrastinator, and I found ways now to try and help deal with that. But why was I doing it, and what is it? What's where we're waiting until the last minute to do things. We're sitting down, we're watching Netflix for hours and hours, binging seasons of shows. We're making excuses about timing why we can't do something, and going on and on about why we procrastinate to get something done. Also, we have negative self-talk. And what's that? That's telling ourselves, oh, I'm not ready to do something. You want to start a task, you want to start something in your career, you're telling yourself, I'm not ready to do it. Maybe you're telling yourselves, you don't deserve it. Like, why me? Why should I have this? And another big one is, who do I think I am to do this? Who do I think I am to go to school and get a college degree? Nobody in my family has done it. Why should I do it? Who am I to make this money in my business? Who am I to charge these prices in my business? People can't afford to pay that. Who am I to do that? And another reason is fear-based behaviors. Fear-based behaviors being showing up to work late, showing up to meetings late, missing deadlines, or not preparing yourself for particular opportunities. And those are things that, again, we don't know where they come from. Like, why are we showing up to a meeting late when we knew that we were supposed to be there at 7 a.m.? Why are we missing deadlines when we knew that it was due, today at 12 p.m.? These are things that usually are ingrained from us, either because of society, it taught us that, or maybe even our parents taught us things like that. They either punished us for showing up late, or maybe they spoke to us the wrong way, and now we don't trust ourselves to do things the way that we would have innately trusted ourselves to do things. So look at my nails. My nails are clearly, they're not perfect. My 7-year-old did my nails. And to tell you the honest truth, she thought that she did a beautiful job. And because she thought that, and she looked up at me with a smile, and she was so proud of painting my nails for me, am I going to down talk her and say, oh, well, no, these are not perfect. Your little dots here are not perfect. Your lines are not perfect. No, she did the best she could at the time that she did these nails, which is this is the product. Now, at some point she may realize, oh, and she did actually realize, like, the dots are a little bit fat. And that's when I came and I told her, oh, well, if you want the dots to be a little thinner, if you want the lines to be a little thinner, well, then we have to get a different brush for that. But I didn't say at any point, oh my goodness, that looks awful. No, this girl was excited to have just had me sit there with her and do her nails. So I don't want to put into her head that she should feel a certain way, or she should feel bad because they don't look like salon quality nails. No, it's up to her to practice. If she wants to do better at it, it's up to her to practice, and she will realize that. And I know my daughter, she will most likely go on YouTube, figure something out, and do the brushstrokes right, because I'm not the person to teach her how to paint nails. That's why I get my nails done. But I will rock these nails until they chip and fall off, just because she did it for me and she was happy to do it for me. And as she grows into a young woman, she will not, hopefully, not have those behaviors where she's thinking, oh, I didn't do well. I can't do nails. Who am I to think that I can do nails? So that's where I'm stopping that for her. And that's something that you guys can use to stop yourselves with either your kids. But if you're self-sabotaging, now you have to realize why that's being done. And we'll talk about that later when we go into how you stop it. Now, the root causes of these things, like you said, fear of failure, let's say, where we fear judgment for some reason. Some of us know why, some of us don't know why. We had past disappointments. Maybe our parents disappointed us. Maybe a partner that we had in a relationship disappointed us. Perfectionism. Not all of us, but many of us focus on perfectionism. If my daughter had focused on perfectionism of these nails, she would still be painting my nails today. So that's another thing. I don't want her to be a perfectionist. She'll have to practice. What are some other things? Root causes are the fear of success, increased responsibility. Oh my gosh, being a student, it's more responsibility. Running your business, again, more responsibility. Maybe even in your current job, you have a new role or you want to go after a new role. It's increased responsibility, and maybe that's why you don't go after it. Maybe it might be a change in your relationship that you fear success in your relationship. Maybe somebody did something negative in the past, and now what you fear in your current relationship is really something based on a past relationship, like someone telling you, oh, you don't deserve to be with someone like me, and you bring that into your new relationship. What about fear of maintaining success, that you're not going to be able to keep up with what you're doing in your life, in your job, in your business, as a student, to maintain that success? And really what it is we end up being in this comfort zone. So we're familiar with a certain, say, level of pain, and we don't know what it could be like to not have that pain. Say with a relationship, we're used to that level of pain in our relationships, people who down talk us, people who don't uplift us, and we learn that as a kind of love that some of us will see as weird, and some of us may not see it as weird, because that's what we know as love. So love is defined by the person who's experiencing that particular event in their lives. Also, you're trying to protect your identity. Another thing is there's a lower risk and a lower reward. So if I don't go out there and say, put myself forward to build my business up, to build myself up as a student even, oh, it's safe where I am right now. I'm making money where I am right now. That's okay. What I'm making right now, I'm able to live. I'm able to do this. I don't need to go any further than where I'm at now, because if I have to go further, I don't know that risk that I'm taking on. And, I'm being okay with the rewards that I have right now. So what are some things that we want to do to help that? How do we get rid of self-sabotage? Slowly, one, I should say, because we can do those things in very different ways. You have to recognize the patterns that are going on. So let's say with me, I recognize that every time I'm trying to work on expanding what I do, be it school, be it business related, I'll notice that I will definitely jump back into that safe zone where I'm like, oh, I'm a nurse, I get paid here. I have opportunities to make this money. I have opportunities to make more money, and it's okay. I don't have to move forward. But then guess what? I really want to do something else. So it ends up suffocating me after a while, because no, I don't 100% want to be here. I want to be out here helping others, which is why I became a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. As a student, I went back to school I realized that in the past I had lots of patients say things that didn't really hit me then, and it became more clear over time, and I recognized these patterns that went on in my career over time, and therefore I decided to go back. Other things to help you, immediate actions, are some morning rituals, either be it meditation, yoga, drinking a cup of tea, walking. Those are all rituals to help you become more self aware, because what are you doing with all of it? You're really slowing yourself down a whole lot. And when you slow yourself down and you don't have these periods of distraction and other things going on, things come into your head and you start to say to yourself, oh, wait a minute, why did I do that versus that? So you are able to extract from that knowledge that you have, that newfound awareness, what it is that you might be doing that you might want to change. Next is having an accountability partner system. I like people to tell me the truth of what I'm doing. Some people don't want to hear the truth, and that's the wrong thing. If you have a friend, a partner, a family member who's willing to tell you what you're doing as it is, and they're not afraid to hurt your feelings, that's the way to go. Because that person, one, truly cares about your success, and they're going to tell you what they're seeing that you may not be seeing, because it's hard to always look in on yourself. Sometimes you need that third person to see something that you might not see in that moment. So it really gives you a leg up. Now, some long-term strategies is forming new habits, which of course we start slow and it goes over time. But if you start a new habit, and you say you start a new habit where, you want to you want to create a new job, or even you want to work on meeting your deadlines. Maybe instead of procrastinating and waiting to get everything done in that last day, you form a new habit where you're working on that project piece by piece by piece until you get through with it, and you're not missing that deadline at all. So that's one way. Environment design. One big thing, surround yourself with what you need in your environment to succeed. That is people, that is different types of things you do for work. If you go to a place and the work that you do is disorganized, it's chaotic, you're more unlikely to not really survive in that field, because it's stressful. Same thing with people. If people have this negative energy about them, that's just going to draw your energy away from you, and it's going to bring you down. So you have to change those people who you're around. And what you will notice is if people are negative and you decide you don't want to be around them, and you let them know, like, hey, for reason such and such, and I keep it real, for reason such and such, I can't hang around here anymore. I'm trying to be on this level and I don't want to be down here. I have to be able to do this. And if you are a true friend, you will understand that and you'll let me go. And usually those true friends are usually not the ones bringing the negative energy anyway, but the ones who are bringing the negative energy are always trying to pull you into the chaos that's going on in their lives. So you have to restructure your whole environment if you want to succeed at things, especially if you don't want to procrastinate anymore. Don't hang around procrastinators. Hang around people who get up and get the job done. Also, when you do these things, you have mindset shifts. You'll embrace imperfection. Some people wouldn't even go out with nails like this, right? It's like, oh my gosh, no, I can't be seen that way. I don't care. My daughter did these nails. She loves that she did these nails, and I want her to see that I love that she did these nails. So irregardless of what people think is not perfect, it doesn't have to be perfect to me. It's up to somebody, what everybody else wants to do, that's their own thing. But if you embrace that everything can't be perfect all the time, you're more likely to not self-sabotage. And then also, you want to take that feedback that you're getting. Say you do fail at something. Take that feedback from failing and turn it into something positive. This way, you don't turn that failure into something that you're going to loathe over, and you're not going to try something new again. You're going to take it and you're going to turn it into something positive. Now, also progress over perfection. Perfectionism, like I said earlier, perfectionism can really kill motivation and kill what you want to do. But if you have progress over something that you're doing, like say, oh, instead of missing 3 deadlines today, you might have missed one. Okay, you missed one, you didn't get them all out of the way, but it wasn't 3. At least it was only 1. So you progressed somewhere. Enjoy that. Acknowledge yourself for that. And lean into that right there, so that if I went from 3 to 1, okay, I can take that last one, and then all of a sudden, you're not missing any deadlines. So what are some things, again, that we really want to do to avoid, or at least heal ourselves from self-sabotaging, is recognizing, becoming more self-aware, and doing the work. Small little steps, like I said, new habits, changing your environment to self-sabotage a whole lot less, and overall it will change your mindset, and those are the things that will help you over time. So those are my tips for today. I'll be coming again in some time with another video on something that will help you evolve and just rise up into the person that you desire, that you want to be. So more helpful hints another day. Bye.